Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a DIY for chroming a bait, or more in particular, foiling a bait. If you haven't ever foiled a bait, or if you want to get a bait that has that chrome appearance without the expense of buying a true chrome paint, then this video is for you. Come join me. We're going to foil a swim bait. Alright, first off, to start off, I'm going to show you the foil I'm using. Again, this was just picked up at Hobby Lobby. I think it's candy foil, whatever. I've had it for a long period of time anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my bait down. I've already done one over here, and this will be a little harder to do on camera, as usual. And I'll just trace the outline and make it a little bigger than the size of the bait, but just do a quick little outline. Hope you can see this, my hand in the way. And then I come back and do the same thing for the tail section, being that this is a jointed bait. Got my little heater blowing in the background. It's blowing everything around. So get these two out of the way. One side of this foil is a little brighter than the other, as you can tell. You could double your foil up, but then I just take some small scissors and cut it out. Get out of there. Try to make pretty cut. I should have a little bit bigger scissors for this bait. You want them to be fairly clean cuts. And there's your two pieces. Okay, being that that's the shiny side, obviously that's going to go, and you can tell I made that a little larger. I don't want that to wrap around, so I'm going to cut that off. Everything else about that one looks good. So we're just going to trim that up a little bit. I don't want that to get in the way. In fact, yeah, that one slides in from the bottom. Got to be careful about the bottom. Okay, so that's for this side. And I just test fit everything. All right, it goes on that side. Trim a little excess off of that. Sorry I can't keep this in camera. I'm trying to show you the process, but I'm restricted to this little booth right here. And it's not the easiest thing in the world. Okay, so those two sides are good. Let's check this side's fit. and the tail section. Just a little trim off the end of that one. And there you have it. Okay, so then we just want to position our lure or bait, or the duller side down. Let me get that out of the way. And all I use is a little Elmer's Craft Bond. We're going to just spray the backs of them. And it gets all over your fingers. I'm just going to let that set for just a few seconds while we get ready for our bait. So, it's going to be extremely difficult to do on camera. I can tell that already. We don't want to interfere with those hinges. We want to get it positioned where we want it. And then we just rub it on there. And I'll show you how this bait's got some scale patterns to it. I'll show you how we want those hinges to work freely. No binding. My fingers are sticking together. We'll have to cut a little of that off. Maybe not. Take our X-Acto knife and get our hinges cleaned out. We'll get that smoothed real good. Now, make sure if you got a tail section that goes in that you also clean that out, because these are generally pretty tight fits on everything. So we don't want anything to hinder it. We got to be careful when we clear coat it. And we want that glue to set up real good. I got to get this stuff off my fingers. Oh, I got a piece of that on there. Okay. So now, let's see. Yeah. We got a little excess here. Again, don't want to interfere with any hinges. We want a good, clean fit. Ah. And we just use something flat and we kind of rub that in, especially the edges. We can get all our details back in. Okay. Not as much trimming on that one. Need something smooth to do this. You don't want to cut it or tear it as you go. But any little small wrinkles and stuff like that that you may have in it, you can just use this flat side of this X-Acto knife and gently rub the wrinkles right out of it and get your scale patterns back in it. Forgot about this screw in here. There we go. Now this particular bait also has a slot for a bill. You want to cut all that out. Make sure there's nothing in the way for this customer to be ready to fish his bait. Because once this clear coat's applied, game over. And we just want to show all of those details as well. So now we have a nice chrome lure for cheap. If you were to go out and try to buy a true chrome, which I've tried many products, I think I've showed a couple of Alsa chrome. They're close, but that's going to look really good. And we'll just build layers up on this top so you don't see that line. So there's how we foil a bait. Give you a good close-up. And anywhere you see a little detail you want, just smooth it out. You can cut the eyes out if you want. Just press everything firmly in there. Full in a bait. I want to thank you for watching. See you next week.